hair even as it turned prematurely grey. He senses the approaching footfall of his father, the town's towering war hero, returning, heavy and hateful, from the milking shed. Kip takes a rock and throws it through the steel grid covering the cave entrance and listens for the sound. He remembers Tommy casting a stone here, an expression of awe on his face over how long it took for the stone to land. Back then there was no grate. No one else even knew the place existed. He supposes all children find or invent other worlds in which to lose themselves. A house in a tree, a corner of forest, a blanket thrown over chairs in the living room. The imagined places of daydreams and nightmares. Kip shakes his head. His and Tommy's secret place was a world apart from such childish haunts. They'd thought they were lucky to find it. The leaf litter about him is dense with insects. He names them by phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. The act of classification calms him. He pushes his hair back from his eyes, remembers how much his father hated long hair on a man or a boy, and looks again into the cave mouth's grin, filled with pointed rocks that resembled jagged teeth. He has told no one of his decision to return, not his wife, Ilse, nor their son Reuben back in Holland to visit Ilse's sick father. It's not wise to go in alone. There are kilometres of tunnels, caverns the size of soccer fields. There's an underground river that swells in flood. He'll be no good to Ilse or Reuben dead. He's no good to them like this either. Reuben, dark-haired, dark-eyed, lithe, is 11 years old now, the same age Tommy was when it happened. People say he has Kip's smile, but whenever Kip looks at his son, he can only see Tommy. This has to end. It starts to rain. Kip stands and shakes the feeling back into his legs. He flicks up the collar of his overalls and looks again at the snaking stream that disappears underground when it has had enough of life in the sun. Mole Creek. The town was named after it. He thinks he sees movement down at the dairy. Squid, the old farmhand, is out by the wood heap. It's a comforting sight. The rain grows heavier. The caves will be happy, Kip thinks. More than 300 have been discovered here so far. When it rains, the caves grow, building their formations drop by drop with dissolved limestone rock. He pictures water cutting through limestone, hollowing it out. Kip looks back in the direction of the family farm and recalls the promise he made to his mother all those years ago. As much as he has tried to push it away, the promise has cemented itself in his mind. It's why he is here. Maybe after this is done, he will do as Ilse wanted and take over management of the property. He could apply the farming methods he has been espousing to others for so long. Apply them with his own hands, his own heart. Perhaps it is not too late. Kip imagines Ilse in the garden, tending flowers grown for market, tulips to remind her of her own home. "Are you happy?" he'd ask, "now that we've become farmers?" And Ilse would reply with a kiss. Reuben would be there too, and Kip would look at him and smile. Down at the dairy, Squid splits a load of wood, his broad shoulders still powerful after working on the farm most of his adult life. Before then he lived with his parents on the east coast. He'd helped his dad fish, yes, for squid. The name stuck, and he never introduced himself as anything else. Jess laughed when they met at the farmhouse door, her young sons at her side. She'd looked at his strapping square frame and said he wasn't anything like a squid. He swings the axe again and it splits the log in two on the first strike. It has taken him a few hours, but he's nearly through the load he hauled here when an old white gum fell last summer. Now the weather is cooling again, he'll be grateful for the firewood. When a southerly hits, the seasons can change overnight. He looks up at the surrounding foothills and the dramatic backdrop of the Tiers. Wild country that. And beyond it even more so. He loves the wilderness and the names it has been given. The walls of Jerusalem, Solomon's throne, the temple, Devil's Gullet. It's rare for him to get out amongst it now, but he likes the fact it's still there, for its own sake. Maybe within it somewhere there is even still a tiger. He laughs at himself, an old romantic, then looks off to his right, to the place where he and Jess